Hello, I'm Jackie Elmer, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome here for the first time if you're new. I just hosted a fabulous Galentine's Day brunch for 23 of my good friends. Everything from neighbors to pilot wives to networking associates, all of the special women in my life. Well, not all of them, but the ones who were able to attend. Now, it was kind of a cool event because not only did we celebrate fun and friendship and vitamin G, as we call it, with women and friendships, we also had the opportunity to raise some money for the Francesca Norris Memorial Scholarship Fund. And I will put a link in the show notes to that. But I wanted to recap a couple of things. And first of all, make sure you stay tuned until the end because I'm going to show you my fun, fabulous bingo trivia game that I used as an icebreaker because I had a number of women who didn't know each other. In fact, there were some who attended who I didn't know either. They were invited guests of my guests. So it made for a really fun, exciting, informative time where some true friendships were formed and some new bonds were created with women who had many things in common. And I am going to share this as we're going through it, but the bingo card was so very cool because there were actually 5 women who have visited the Great Wall of China, which was one of the questions that was on here. So give me a moment and I will explain that. I'm also going to share with you the recipes that I created and that I made and what went into all of those. And we'll talk about pivoting about 30 minutes before the actual brunch started from the red napkins that you'll see rolled to my gold ones and why. So I'm just going to share with you the entire celebration, everything from my menu to the bingo to my tablescapes to the dishes that I use to put the food in and all of that, as well as some live footage of my friends who gathered for Galentine's Day brunch. So with that, let me showcase for you some of the ladies that attended, show you how it all turned out, everything from the dishes to the food and my bingo card. So I had a lot of fun picking out the dishes. I have my mismatched china, my silver little cups that we used for the avocado mousse, and all of my silver settings, which I absolutely love. I mentioned I made my keto paleo muffins. This is the mix. And then, of course, I had to pivot because I had set up for these red napkins, Galentine's Valentine's Day, but you'll also see the gold ones there. And the really interesting thing is, as you'll see here in a little bit, once I started putting together my entire idea of my tablescapes, I didn't really love the way that it turned out. So I did a little pivot. I did set up my bar area with sparkling sodas. We had a number of juices as well as water. I did choose to make this a non-alcoholic brunch. Now, here are the prep work for my little mini quiches. I mentioned those that I was creating from my feta, spinach, sun-dried tomato, as well as my chorizo, black bean, and sweet potato, and my tablescapes. This was in my dining room area. I set everything up with place settings, and you'll see here I pivoted to the gold napkins because the red just didn't really jive with what I wanted to do once I got it all put together. I had candles, I had flowers, and it was lovely. Again, this is picking out the dishes. This is where my chocolate bar went. And then again, I went ahead. The red would have been okay here on the gray, silvery, sparkly ones, but I pivoted. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming shows on how to create a healthy, lower toxic, art-filled type life so that every day you wake up and look around and find the beauty and the art that surrounds you. Then I set up my bingo card so that as women came in, they picked that up. And then that was my crown for the queen of the ball. Here we are as guests are arriving. They're picking up their bingo cards. They've got pens. They're writing it down. They're researching it. And more than anything, they are truly getting to know each other, asking questions. There's, of course, Bruno, my black lab. And it was so fun. I literally had to pry these women away after almost an hour and bring them into the kitchen area so that they would start eating. But it was just truly fun. And you can see the women dressed up. Most of them wore red or pink or some type of Galentine's Day. Now, again, here's my menu, my savory scones, paleo muffins, chorizo sweet potato quiche, feta spinach tomato quiche, mousse potatoes, fruit, avocado mousse, flourless brownies, baked chai pudding, and then I set up a very fun buffet area of chocolate fun with truffles and chocolate covered macadamia nuts, chocolate covered pistachios, and my frozen blueberries. And then, of course, as you know, I love to use healthy, nutritious options. This was me getting everything together to make my little mini quiches. I used a little goat yogurt. I used the chorizo, and this is me just mixing all of it up and getting it really ready to bake and enjoy. And one of the things that I love about this, I do use, of course, my pasture-raised eggs. And I love to use the alternative flours. I almost always make everything gluten free. And again, I'm really big on pasture raised eggs, which are kind of hard to find right now with eggs going on. I'm going to do another video on how to maximize that. This is just an image of my avocado mousse, which was a big hit, avocado protein mousse. And then, as I mentioned, I made my flourless chocolate brownies / cake. And then I was able to finally corral them and get them into the kitchen family room area to actually eat and spend more time having fun and getting to know each other. Now, as you'll see here, this is the bingo card, as I called it, Find the Guest, and it was so fun. It's actually something that I came up with on my own, so I'm proud of myself. I'm taking credit for it. I was trying to come up with an icebreaker so that people could get to know each other and learn more about each other, and also award a Galentine's Day Queen, who I'll show here. But as you can see, there were a number of questions. I'm, of course, a huge Tom Petty fan, so have you attended a Tom Petty concert, served in the military? Have you gone skydiving? Have you visited the Eiffel Tower, Statue of Liberty? There were just a whole bunch of travel and experience related things on the bingo card. And then what I had each person do was put their name on the card and tally up the number of things that they had done. And then their goal was to walk around and meet new women and ask them these questions. Have you done this? And then they would write that person's name in the square as they visited that. And then to make it easy for me, about an hour and a half into the brunch, I gathered all of these up and read through them and told how many actual of these check boxes each woman had on her own card. And then I asked each of them to share what their most favorite experience was that they had accomplished so far. Now, if I had it to do over again, I would ask them what was on this bingo card that they would like to add to their bucket list to do. But that's for next year. Then after that, we also, because one of the questions was, have you met a celebrity while traveling? Or it really defaulted to any celebrities. And each person who had done that went around and shared their funny or their annoying celebrity story. And that was a lot of fun too. And then at the end, we crowned my friend Ellen, who's 70, who had done 19 of the 25 items on the sheet. And it's interesting because she's the only one who had served in the military. Our cause, besides gathering to celebrate fun and friendships, is also to support the Francesca Norris Memorial Scholarship Fund. Francesca, unfortunately, was a young female aviator who lost her life learning to fly and supporting her passion. Her mom is a friend of mine through American Airlines. Her father was a pilot there, along with a bunch of aviator brothers as well. And we come together to raise money to support her memorial, which raises scholarship money for young women entering the profession so that they can go on and support and fund their instrument ratings and a lot of the other expenses that come along with aviating. So there you have it, my Galentine's Day brunch for 2025. I look forward to making this an annual event. I hope that you will too. Please leave any questions or comments below. Give a little like to my video, subscribe to the channel, and grab my guide at lowertoxiclife.com. Can you hear the airplane? I love it. It's a fun little jet about to land at the Scottsdale Air Park. Make it a great day.